want to see how far the UltraView Slider will shoot on the Mathews Lift. Just a nice Sunday afternoon. Let's do it. Let's take the matrix. Don't make fun of my fields. We've kept the horses and the cows off this side completely this winter and it still just looks like garbage. We cleared all the trees off of 12 acres when we started the farm. And I feel like we don't have the pH right. This is the content you guys were hoping for, farm maintenance stuff. Let's shoot the matrix. There's the point at the camera again. This is the level of commitment that I have to everybody right here. I don't want to change my line. I don't want to shift any of that. What I'm gonna do, a bunch of frogs in here and they're probably super pissed right now. 110, yeah. One away from 110. Sounded weird. I feel like if I hit low left. Or maybe I chunked in the dirt, I don't know. The other camera's down there, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, I just splashed down into the boot. Son of a, 120. So I've been dialing up basically 10 over on the sight tape and consistently hitting low. So now what I've got the sight tape dialed at is plus 13. Let's go a hair more. Let's do plus 15. This is where it really matters. And I also feel like I'm right on the edge of running into clearance issues, and I'll show you on the next one how to actually gauge and see if you'll clear the housing. Now 120 is basically good enough to shoot pretty much anything that I've seen on the tack courses except the buffalo at 150 one year in San Antonio. I heard foam. I feel like I heard foam. 130 I think is gonna be maxed on the actual slider to use the normal pins. Now I've got the one fixed pin down below. They're little, what I call the tack pin. At this distance, I'm gonna aim for the top of the target at 130 with that lower pin. And I think that's probably gonna be pretty close to good. Just me guessing. That's me pointing at the camera again. I don't know why I've started doing that. 130. So because I'm worried about clearance, I could flip my arrow over so that my cock vane is down. And I know that that should clear the rest, but I'm gonna leave it like normal and I'm gonna use that magic tack pin that's down below. So maxed out right now, 120 was my max with this arrow. Sound like foam, baby. That is a crazy feeling. 130. Literally, the funny thing is, when at this distance, the matrix target's pretty big, but literally the pin is just kind of going like this across the top of the matrix at that point. All I was worried about, not my left and rights, I was just thinking about my vertical. Just get it on there, let that pin do that across the top of the matrix. 130, let's keep going. Editing Brandon here. I forgot to mention that I'm in a race to 50,000 subs against Tim Connor, and I would like to beat him there, and he is currently beating me by 1,000 subs because he can just consistently hammer out videos, and I have a life and a baby, and he has none. And I would like to beat him, or else I have to get his name tattooed across my lower back, and vice versa. So please subscribe to the channel. Continue to enjoy me shooting out to 200 yards, 250 yards, 300 yards. Still plenty of clearance. I don't even have to spin the knock around. I don't even have to flip it so the cock vane's down yet. Cold shot. 140. What could possibly go wrong? That was a shaky shot too. Okay. There's something so epic about shooting 140 yards and popping a balloon. If you have kids, by the way, and you want them to shoot archery, it is the #1 best way to get them to stand in the yard and just shoot arrows is put balloons out for them. I'm a 40-year-old kid. I am right on the borderline. I'm talking, I have less than 1/4 of an inch of clearance. But I feel like this is, I may have dialed down just a little too far, so I'm actually gonna dial it up just a hair more. I think I got clearance to 150. And these are not light arrows. 150 yards, baby. Ooh, that sounded like the mat. I'm not excited about having to pull that out of the mat, but the other thing that I'm noticing is I'm getting a little bit of impact on the right. But we cleared. That's ridiculous. So that means I've got more than well, maybe not. Maybe that's just a shot. All right, I'm gonna shoot that same way again. That was a bit though. I don't feel like I was that high. But I think that hit the bag though. Matrix, baby. Just over the top. Just high. All right, I'm gonna shoot it again because that's interesting. I might have clearance out to 160. No, probably don't. You also notice even though those arrows are doing this action, they're relatively consistent. I wouldn't want there to be a broadhead on the front, but oh, that was Matt. No, it wasn't. Well, that's disappointing because I thought for sure out of those 4. But this is the thing, I've got clearance out to 150. 150, and these are not light. These are mid 400 grain arrows. The helical that's on these is really heavy, and so they're, I don't know, I guess they're parachuting. That's kind of what they're doing. So I think what I like the idea of is still a smaller vane because we're not shooting broadheads. Something that I can turn the cock vane down so that I get more clearance. But if it's a small vane, I'm still not going to have an issue with it hitting my rest. My rest is out of the way before the arrow leaves. You just want to make sure that it's like all the way out of the way. But I'm not going to lie, still grouping probably as good as I can group at 150 yards with these. So I'm dialing down just a little bit because I was hitting high. That felt good. You know it's a long way away when you say, you take the shot and then you say, that felt good, and then the arrow hits the target. That's a ridiculous flight time. All right, 150. 150, that's the number. Thanks for watching. I'm Brandon McDonald. Make sure you subscribe. Do it.